Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohammad Ramadhan and I'm from English Department Class 3C. I'm gonna do a presentation video about Ibn Miskawaih on Islamic education philosophy. Okay, let's start it. The biography of Ibn Miskawaih. Abu Ali Ahmad Ibn Muhammad Ibn Yaqub Ibn Miskawaih, or we can call it Ibn Miskawaih, was a Persian philosopher and historian from Parandak, Iran. He was born in Rey, the capital in the Rey country, Tehran province, Iran, on 932 AD or 320 Hijriah. During his early career, he spent his life in Baghdad, Iraq, where he served as the secretary of Muhalabi, the vizier of Buyid Emir Mu'iz al-Dawlah. He was fluent enough in the Middle Persian to have translated some pre-Islamic texts in the language and Arabic. After a long service to the Buyid of Iraq, Miskawaih moved to the court of Rukh al-Dawlah, where he spent his 7 years working there with the Buyid vizier Abu al-Fadil ibn al-Hamid. After the death of Abu al-Fadil ibn al-Hamid in 970, Miskawaih continued to serve the latter's son, Abu al-Fatih. On 1030 AD, Ibn Miskawaih was died in Isfahan, Iran. Some contemporary sources associated him with the Brethren of Purity, claiming that some of his writings were used in the compilation of Encyclopedia of Brethren of Purity. There are many works of Ibn Miskawaih. First, Al-Fawaz al-Kabir, The Greatest Victory, contains one of the earliest descriptions of the concept of evolution. Second, Tajarib al-Umam, Experience of Nation, is one of the first eyewitness chronicle of the contemporary event by a Muslim historian. Third, Tadib al-Alaq wa Tahriq al-Araq, Refinement of Moral and Cleansing of Ethic, are Ibn Miskawai's major work on philosophy, treat principally the philosophy of ethics, and was written for the student. And the final one, Kitab al-Hukuma al-Khalida, or we can call it the Book of Eternal Wisdom, is an Arabic translation from the Persian work Eternal Wisdom. Next is about the Ibn Miskawaih thought. Ibn Miskawaih thought related to education cannot be separate from his thought about human and morals. Regarding his concept of human, Ibn Miskawaih views that humans have three powers. First, an-nafsu al-bahimiyat, which occupy the lowest position, and the organ used are the heart and courage. Second, an-nafsu at-sabuhiyat, as the middle power where the organs that use is the heart and the thinking power. The third, an-nafsu al-natikoh, the most noble power, through which humans align themselves with the angles and the organ used, namely the brain. Man will the noble when many soul think that if he dedicate himself to this thinking soul, he is at the level of perfection. When there is a level of perfection, there is a level imperfection. That is the level which people with a weak soul think. It is those who are in the animal realm who are the subject to their lusts, which are satisfied through the sense organs. Regarding morality, according to him, morality is a state of the soul. This mental state makes human act without thinking or being considered deeply. Akhlaq is divided into two. The first is a natural and a start from the soul. Second, which is created through habit and practice. At first, this state occurs because it is considered and thought about, but then through continuous practice, it becomes character. According to Ibn Miskawaih, these two characteristics are essentially unnatural, even though we are created by accepting character. This trait can be cultivated through education and teaching. Ibn Miskawai's moral thought were heavily influenced by Greek philosophers such as Aristotle, Plato, and Galen by concocting this thought with Islamic teaching. Besides that, Ibn Miskawaih also influenced by many Muslim philosophers such as Al-Kindi, Al-Farabi, and Al-Razi, and the others. Therefore, Ibn Miskawai's style of thought can be categorized into a typology of philosophy, ethic, or we can call it rational ethic, namely ethical thinking that was heavily influenced by philosophers, especially Greek philosophers. Ibn Miskawaih said that the goal of moral education is the realization of an inner attitude that is able to spontaneously encourage all action of good value to reach perfection and obtain true and perfect happiness. A comprehensive life which contains happiness, prosperity, success, perfection, pleasure, and beauty, so that the educational goals desired by Ibn Miskawaih are universal. Broadly speaking, Ibn Miskawaih classified moral education material into three types. First, things that are mandatory for the needs of the human body. Second, things that are obligatory for the human soul. And lastly, things that are obligatory for the relationship. This kind of division cannot be separated from Ibn Miskawai's division of the power of the human soul. Of the three main subjects, knowledge will be obtained, which in general can be grouped in two. First, the science of thought, al-ulum al-fikriyah. Second, knowledge related to the sense, al-ulum al-bisiyat. Ibn Miskawaih discussed the educational environment in general way, starting from the school environment concerning the relationship between teacher and student, the government and environment, to the household environment, which include the relationship between parents and children. This environment accumulatively affect the creation of educational environment. I think that's enough from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.